Hey, welcome to This Mama's House. Today I'm sharing with you our homeschool curriculum choices for this year. Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Tabitha from thismamashouse.com. I'm a wife of 10 years and a homeschool mama to 6. On this channel, I love to share about homemaking, large family lifestyle, food, grocery hauls, all that fun sort of motherhood content. So if you're into that, I would love to have you subscribe. Today I'm sharing with you our homeschool curriculum choices for this year. I am currently homeschooling 3 of 6 of my kids, sometimes 4 of them. Just the little 3-year-old loves to join in, so I'll definitely share what I'm doing with him as well. But I am excited to share this video today. I am currently doing a back to homeschool series on this channel in the month of September. I've already shared my homeschool room tour. If you missed that, I'll have it linked and you can go check it out. And today is one of the most asked questions is, what do you use for curriculum? So I'm going to answer that question in length today so that you can see everything that we use and hear my thoughts on the different curriculums that we've tried. So I'm really excited to jump into it. Today's video is sponsored by Night Zookeeper. I can't wait to tell you guys about them. It has been something that has been so fun for our homeschool, and it's such an amazing resource for kids and parents. We actually started our homeschool year several weeks ago. I think we're on like week 6 now. So we've been enjoying our homeschool curriculum already, and I'm really happy with the choices that we made. I'm glad that we started a little bit early because we took a lot of time off last year with moving into our new house and definitely had a lot of illness and just big changes in our family, so we decided to take more time off. So we got a head start on it this year, and I realized some things weren't working, so I made some adjustments, and now I feel like this video is coming to you from a place where I'm really solid in what we've chosen for curriculum this year. And one of those things is Night Zookeeper. My oldest daughter, who I'm homeschooling, she's 11 years old, and she absolutely loves Night Zookeeper. She asks to play it every single day, even on days that we're not doing school. So Night Zookeeper is an online language arts program, and it's just really easy for the parents because there's no preparation for you to do. You don't have to go in there and grade anything. It's all done for you on the Night Zookeeper website. Night Zookeeper takes the stress out of teaching language arts by making it genuinely fun and super engaging for the child. It helps to improve children's skills in language arts across reading, writing, spelling, grammar, and vocabulary. There's thousands of interactive games, lessons, and activities for children to do on a daily basis within the program, which means that parents can rely on Night Zookeeper to offer a pre-planned curriculum for their child's language arts learning. Parents have the opportunity to be hands-off as the program prepares and plans the learning tasks for the child instead of the parent. Parents also have access to the dashboard if they would like to review their children's progress. Personalized tutor feedback is provided on all written work, which is awesome, especially if a parent is homeschooling multiple children at once. It's a huge responsibility to teach many children language arts, so Night Zookeeper can give you the peace of mind that your child is getting a good language arts program without much work on your part. Without any work, really. My daughter especially loves writing the fun stories and drawing little illustrations to go along with it. Not only is she improving her creative writing skills and spelling, but she's also having some fun doing digital art. So if you'd like to try Night Zookeeper, they are offering you a 7-day free trial as well as 50% off an annual subscription. That is a huge discount. You don't want to miss out on this. I think this is probably the biggest discount I've gotten for you guys on my channel. 50% off is massive. So you can try it for 7 days, see if your kids like it, see if it's something that would work in your homeschool, and then get 50% off that annual subscription. So definitely jump down to the description box, check it out, and you can get your child started on a really great language arts program through Night Zookeeper. So now I'm going to take you through our curriculum just subject by subject. That way you can kind of see a variety of grades with each subject. So whether you're teaching preschool or all the way up to 4th or 5th grade, this might be helpful for you if you're still trying to decide on what curriculum to use with your kids. And if you aren't homeschooling, that Night Zookeeper membership can be really good for even a student that's in school. Maybe you're just curious and you're watching this video thinking about homeschooling, then I hope that this video helps you out. So let's jump into the rest of the curriculum. Here is what we are using for reading and phonics. The thing I do that's very basic is just these flashcards that I made myself with black permanent marker. It's the ABCs. We don't start by teaching the name of the letter. We start by teaching the sound of the letter. So I will go through with my preschooler, and even my toddlers like to do this, and we just say ah, ah, b, b, k, k, d, d. Just go through it really quickly like that, and they catch on really fast, and they seem to really like it. So once they memorize the sounds in order, then we kind of try to figure out how to pick up the sounds out of order if they actually do have them memorized. And then once they have this memorized, then I move on to the reading lesson. And I've used this with multiple children, and it just breaks it down into 20 lessons. You can go through the lessons as quick as you want, one a week or one every couple days, one a day. It's really up to you, but it just starts off with basic sounds. Gives you a little overview of how to use it. Here's the lessons kind of broken down. You get sounds and then you start blending and reading. So it just kind of builds on the knowledge as you go. I mean, they're reading within the first lesson different sounds and really short words. So it builds confidence very quickly, and then by the end of the book, they're reading quite well. Another book that we use for reading is called Treasure Hunt Reading. I believe you can get this completely for free if you print it off yourself, but it's quite a thick book, and it was only like $11 or $12, and it comes with a video for every single lesson. So that makes it really easy on me as the teacher. I can play the video for the kids, and then they can do the worksheet. And what they love is that it comes with this cool little treasure map that they fill out as they go, and they can collect different things as they go, and they just seem to really enjoy it. So we haven't gotten too far in this, and we'll see how we like it, but I do like that it's very affordable and that it has video lessons to go with it. Another thing that I like to use to kind of reinforce phonic sounds is Explode the Code. So this is for preschooler level, just kind of getting ready to read and learning the sounds. So they learn the sound, they have some writing practice, different like following direction things, and they really like to do it. Once they've learned how to do the worksheets, they can do it pretty independently, especially for this second series of Explode the Code. This one they can definitely do on their own. So my son does some worksheets, and then I just come back and check over them and make sure he's doing it correctly. But it's really fun for them. They seem to really love it, and it's, like I said, just kind of reinforcing those phonics principles and helping them to learn how to decode words. So they really enjoy it. And there's 4 books. I believe there's 8 total books, but this is kind of like the main essentials here in this set. So I did want to share some of the readers that my kids seem to really enjoy. They have so many books available to them in our house, but these are the ones that I just really think kind of stand out. This is a great for beginner readers, Dick and Jane series. We love these. It just has such beautiful, like, old-fashioned pictures. Very vintage, but also easy to read, and gives the kids a feeling of reading a real book. We also love to read aloud the Little House on the Prairie series. I usually sit down and read out of these books before bed for them. And then these are some of the ones they like to read on their own. The Dead Sea Scrolls is a really good one. It's biblically based and it's also funny. So if you have a child that likes Dogman or maybe like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I feel like this would be a much better alternative if you are a Christian and you want something like that. Also the Secrets of the Hidden Scrolls too is another great one. If your kids like Magic Tree House, this would be a good alternative that is Christian based. So my daughter loves this series. She's read it so many times over. We also love these St. Joseph kids books. They have really beautiful pictures, old-fashioned pictures again, and just so many that teach us about the faith. So we have tons of those little books. I love those. We really like the Abeka readers. This is the 2nd grade reader. They have a lot of beautiful colorful pictures, teach a lot of great things. And then this is like the 4th grade readers. So we have a whole set of each of those. And then we do love the Good and the Beautiful too. They have tons of amazing books and we have a lot of them in our homeschool. So beyond just reading into like more of a well-rounded language arts course, we love using the Good and the Beautiful because it includes phonics, writing, reading, grammar, punctuation, spelling, literature, geography, and art, all in one course. Super easy to teach, challenges the kids, but it's so easy for the parent, and it just is so beautiful. They call it the Good and the Beautiful for a reason. There's so much beautiful artwork throughout. The kids study beautiful paintings. Some of these paintings I want to rip out of the book sometimes and hang them in our classroom. I mean, just look at that. It's just gorgeous. So it tells you exactly what to say to the child, and then you just go through the lesson. The lessons take no time at all. And then after the lesson is taught, the kids get a section of independent practice. So I feel that this is a really good, well-rounded course that also syncs up with their free apps. They have a Letter Tiles app as well as like a homeschool app that has books and songs and games. So the kids really enjoy these, and I found that it's a really good Christian curriculum without having any doctrine in it. It just is very surface, where it's like God loves you and God made the earth, and so it's nothing like where you would have to worry about it not being in line with your faith in particular. I don't think it's just Christian in general. So I like it, I love it, and we'll probably continue to use it throughout all of their levels. So the level 1 comes with these little booster books as well as the reading booster cards, which you're prompted to read at the beginning of every lesson. So it's a really good program and we love this one. Here is level 3. So again, just so colorful, beautiful paintings that you get to study and talk about. Beautiful poetry is in here as well. It's just a really amazing course. It includes so much. So if you're like a busy parent or you're just overwhelmed with the thought of homeschooling, this would be a great way to start, or just continue on forever. The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts is really nice. And then in level 3, you get these reader books instead of the booster books. And there's a section for the student to read and a section for the parent to read. And my daughter has really loved that. It's really brought us closer together, reading these books together like that. And there's also a spelling book that comes with it too. So pretty awesome. And then along with the language arts, we also do their handwriting books. We've done every single level all the way up to this, which is level 5. And so it teaches cursive and print. Here's level 1. But they even have the little doodle books for preschoolers, and we've enjoyed those as well. So they get to not only do handwriting, but they get to draw and color. So it's just a lot incorporated into the Good and the Beautiful language and handwriting. We've really enjoyed it. Okay, here is what we are using for math. This might look like a lot because it is. It's actually 2 separate curriculums. So we're using both Math UC and Simply Good and Beautiful Math for my kids. And the reason why we're doing this is, one, we love Math UC. We love how simple the lessons are. It's just like a no frills math curriculum. There's nothing colorful. It's just literally you do your math. And it is a DVD, so you play 1 lesson a week on the DVD, and then they go through and they do a couple worksheets a week, and then on Friday they take a test. So it's just like no frills, and it's super thorough. It comes with these manipulative blocks that the kids really love to work with. And it is a mastery based program, so they do not move on from the topic they are learning about until they completely master it. So this is the delta, where they're doing division. This is beta, which is multi-digit addition and subtraction, and this is the introduction. I wish I had the student book, but it hasn't come yet. There was a delay because we had a tornado and the package never showed up. So I had to reorder it. But this is a really fantastic program that we've used for a long time, and I love it. Now, we also use Simply Good and Beautiful Math, and this is a spiral-based approach to math. And the kids love these manipulatives. They come with these little boxes, and the lessons help you know when to use the manipulatives. And just like the language arts, it's full of beautiful pictures, very colorful, and easy to teach because it gives you everything to say to your child. They have independent practice after you teach the lesson. Once you get to level 4 of Good and Beautiful Math, this is when they start to do video lessons. So we are currently finishing up Math 3, and I found that I'm not really loving the spiral approach. So Simply Good and the Beautiful Math is a spiral approach to math, which means that they introduce different topics, or maybe they introduce a new topic every single day, and then they'll go back to those topics in future lessons. That has been a little bit confusing for one of my students who didn't really understand the first time it was introduced, and now is kind of expected to just get it as the lessons go on. So we're going to try it again, since they already have this curriculum with the video lessons in conjunction with the mastery program. And I wouldn't normally do this, but my kids love math. They absolutely love it, and they are not fighting me at all to do 2 different math programs. I think I will eventually phase out the Simply Good and the Beautiful Math and use something like teaching textbooks, which is all online, and I wouldn't have to teach anything. So we'll see how this year's goes, but for now we're doing 2 math curriculums. Before we get too far into it, I did want to put a little disclaimer here to let you know that this is my 11th year homeschooling. That's crazy that I've been homeschooling that long. But if you take a look at this video and maybe you're just thinking about homeschooling and you're completely overwhelmed with all this curriculum I'm showing you, don't be. It doesn't have to be that difficult. It doesn't have to be that much. A lot of the younger years are just spent playing and learning through play, and my kids just like to do bookwork and curriculum. Maybe your kids have a completely different learning style, maybe you have a different teaching style. Just because I'm sharing this, it's not meant to overwhelm, it's just meant to give you ideas. So take what I share with a grain of salt, and always make your homeschool work for your family. For science, we are using the Science for Little Hearts and Hands from the Good and the Beautiful. We are going to be going through this really quickly. I have a large age group of kids from preschool to 5th grade age, so this is good for our family to do as a group. So what we do is we just open to whatever lesson we're on. This is all about trees, and then there's either a video to watch or you read a story out of this really beautiful book, which teaches all about the concepts that you learned in the lesson. So we have this one for fields and flowers, and then we also got the new one, wind and waves. So another thing about this is that it's a really good launching point to see if the kids are interested in the topic. So maybe we're doing the lesson about sand and seashells and they're super interested in it. So we can continue learning about these things beyond just this science book. But it just kind of gives them a good introduction to different types of science in a fun and like really engaging way, especially for little ones. So once we are finished with these two books, then we will move on to the unit studies from The Good and the Beautiful. I have so many of them that I bought when I had some coupons and when there was some sales going on. So once we get through these, we will move on to probably mammals or birds, something like that, and just continue to work on the science from The Good and the Beautiful. We love their science curriculums. Alright, for history, we are currently using the Tuttle Twins. So I will just read out of this book. It is history in the form of a story. So it's very engaging for the kids. It's easier for them to follow along than just reading facts from a history book. And they seem to enjoy it. So we have this one, and then this one is, you can see the time frames here. And we also have all of their readers, which I would call this more of like a social studies type books, which they learn a lot from these. We also watch the Tuttle Twins cartoon, which is on YouTube, as well as like the Angel app. This is for older students. And then they also have like a little game. Now this is going to be pretty easy for us to get through, especially these two with me just reading them out loud to them. I like to sit them down with like Play-Doh or something like that so they can do something with their hands while they're listening. And once we're done with this, I'm kind of searching around on what history to use. I'm looking at our Star-Spangled History as well as Christ the King, Lord of History. So if you have any other history recommendations for elementary years, definitely let me know, because I feel like we'll be through this. These two is like the focus, and then the kids kind of do this stuff on their own. But we'll be through this by, you know, by the middle of the year, the school year. So I'd like to get something else started after that. But let me know if you have any suggestions on history curriculum, and leave those suggestions for me down below. I get a lot of questions about what catechism program we use. So this is all of the stuff that we're using currently for teaching religion. We use the Our Lady of Fatima Correspondence Catechism. So it's a really, really good catechism that I love. Each lesson, it gives, well, right here are different prayers that the kids need to learn. And then it goes through the lesson here. And then there's questions that the kids can memorize back here. And it's just a really good curriculum. I love this. It's so rich. It's not soft. It's really teaching the faith. So I guess I should have said before anything else, but we are traditional Roman Catholics, so that will reflect in our catechism. But I love this curriculum. They use it at church, so after Mass they go and they get taught by the teachers, basically like Sunday school, and then we work on it together at home as well. This is only 3 years of the curriculum. They have, I don't even know how many they have, but you can order it through the website, all the years, which I do plan on getting all of it because I love it so much. And then when they do their homework, you can actually send it back to the nuns. We had somebody really enjoy coloring that picture. But you can send it back to the nuns for them to grade and review and comment on, which is a really cool thing. So we love this curriculum very much. And then beyond that, I also got questions on how we prepare for the sacraments. So this is a beautiful book that was a gift, and it's called Children's Retreats. It's in preparation for First Confession, First Communion, and Confirmation, and it's just 3 days of prayer that you can do with your child to prepare them for receiving those sacraments. And this was written in 1926, I believe, so it's very rich and beautiful. We love that. And here's another one from, I don't even know where this is from, an Angelus Press, that is just like different things they need to know, the answers to the questions before they can be confirmed. And then for Bible studying, I love this Catholic Children's Bible from St. Mary's Press because it's literally the Bible. Like it's written, it's not just stories, it's actually the written text of how the Bible is actually written. But it's great for kids because certain stories that are like very important stories in the Bible kind of have a section where it expands on them. Let me see. Like this. Here's Cain's sin leads to Abel's death. You can read how it's actually written in the Bible. And then you can kind of expand on it here with more colorful pictures and all that. So I like this because it's not watered down, whereas this, which I do love this Bible as well, it doesn't have the actual words of the Bible, it's just the Bible stories. So the story of creation, the pictures are beautiful. So it tells the story, but you're not getting actual verse by verse, whereas you are in this Bible. So during breakfast, we will read from this Bible, and then sometimes I will go back like the next day, and we'll talk about the different important stories using this Bible. So that is our religion that we are currently using. Alright, for some of our extracurriculars, we have Latin that we're going to start this year. This is the first form Latin, just like the very basics, the absolute first stage of learning Latin, which I am going to be learning along with my kids because I don't actually speak very much Latin. I can say some prayers in Latin, sing a couple songs, but that is it. So here's the teacher manual, and then we have the student workbook, and then it also comes with a CD so that you can hear how it's pronounced. So hopefully we like this. This is from Memoria Press, and they have a few different levels. I think 3 or 4 levels. So we're excited to begin that. We actually haven't started that. We're going to start that coming up this week. And then we also are doing typing. This is typing 2 from The Good and the Beautiful. Love that they include stickers for the kids to put on after they complete a lesson. So we use a tablet with a Bluetooth keyboard, and she types it out on the notes, and she can place a sticker when she's done with the lesson. And once again, would never expect anything less from The Good and the Beautiful, but beautiful artwork throughout on the backs of all the lessons. And then for art, we do ABECA art books. So they have these all the way from 2 years old all the way up. So this is like the 3rd grade art book, which is mostly finished. But you get a little project, they give you directions, and a lot of the times it comes with different cutouts and things. The supplies you need are pretty minimal, and I believe it tells you at the beginning of the book what you need. Oh yeah, here's, see, look, it's got Arts with Button Bear, which I think is, these two are for like very young child. I mean, they have a lot of art from ABECA, and we've loved these. You can follow it throughout the year, and they have like different things for the different seasons, Mother's Day crafts, winter stuff. Here's a Christmas tree one, Christmas gift bag. So those are awesome. Here's Art B. They're getting a little bit more advanced, doing more drawing things and painting. But we've used these with every grade so far, and we really like that. Other thing we do for art is just have sketchbooks for the kids, and then they go on to YouTube and they watch little tutorials, and they learn how to draw with the tutorials. So they have a lot of fun doing that as well. My kids love drawing and coloring. It's one of their favorite things. So they're getting really good at it too. Now I'm gonna share some preschool and kindergarten things that I throw in for my younger kids before they're even really school aged. So because we already have that time carved out in our day where we're sitting down and doing school, the younger kids always want to join in and they love to do it. So my 2-year-old, well, he's 3 now, but when he was 2, he was like, I want to do school. And he went through like all of our random activities books that we got at like Walmart and stuff. So I actually got him some actual school books and he loves doing it. But if your kid is really young, you don't have to start young. I'm just doing this because they have an interest and they have requested to do school with us. So for my really young ones, I like to start them with Abeka. They have stuff for 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. This is a 2-year-old book that my 2-year-old, well, he's 3 now, but he started when he was 2 and he's still not quite finished with it. But it's teaching numbers and coloring, and he's gotten really good at coloring. Like in the beginning, there was no way he could finish that chicken, like, but now he does the whole page and he loves it. He has really grown in his attention span and he's coloring a lot nicer and neater, and it's just really amazing to see how he's progressed so easily. I don't buy the teachers and book or anything like that. We just buy these books and work through them. This one's letters and sounds, so we're going through that a little at a time. We'll take one letter a week and talk about it, hang this up in our classroom, look at it. Here's one of the arts and crafts, like I was saying, for little ones. It's the same type of thing where they get an instruction page and some stuff to cut out. The supplies are really minimal that you need to have on hand. Kind of goes with the seasons. So that is what we use for the very young ones. And then preschool / kindergarten, when they're kind of like in that in-between stage, this is what I like to use. So here is the Good and the Beautiful preschool, which actually this comes with a folder activities. This is the folder activities. It's well loved, as you can see, and it's very unorganized for us. But they're just different games that kind of coordinate with the lessons. The preschool is 90 lessons, and they're just learning the different letters and the sounds they make, uppercase, lowercase. Again, beautiful illustrations, fun little things to do. Colors, numbers, cutting, holding your pencil, all that stuff in here. And then there's the preschool or the kindergarten prep course book, which is just kind of like reiterating everything you've learned in here and kind of trying to master it. And this is 30 lessons. So it's a little bit quicker. It has like a little letter match game for uppercase and lowercase. Different games here in the back to cut out. Very colorful and engaging for the kids. I also like to do some K4 and K5 things. So this here is K5. So it's a little bit more advanced with numbers, but I do love Abeka's books just because, especially for the younger years, because they're so colorful and engaging for the little ones. So we have both K4 and K5. Here is a K4 book. Very simple stuff. Just kind of getting them used to doing school. Another thing that I like to use with my preschooler and kindergarteners is developing the early learner. Here is the teacher guide, and then there is 4 books in this series. It's helping to strengthen their perceptual skills, so motor skills, visual skills, and like listening skills, thinking skills, following directions. The kids love this book. They think it's so much fun. So there'll be different directions that I give that they have to do for each activity. Different things do, you know, different pages have different instructions, but it comes with the parent guide and gives you all the answers. So find and color pictures that belong in the kitchen. It's just kind of developing these skills that eventually will help with reading. So it's a really great series that I've loved using with my young children. So that is all of our curriculum. It is so much, and I'm so excited to just learn all this stuff alongside my kids and teach them. It's going to be a great year, and if you're a homeschooling mom, I hope that you have an amazing year as well. Make sure you check out Night Zookeeper and use that link down below for a 7-day free trial, as well as 50% off an annual subscription. You won't regret it. We absolutely love Night Zookeeper, and it's such a good way for kids to learn language arts without the need of the parent to teach. So if you have any homeschool related questions, definitely leave those down in the comments. I'm going to have a homeschool Q&A coming out very soon, and I want to answer any questions that you might have. I know that I get quite a few commonly asked questions, but maybe you have a not so common question that you're dying to know. So leave that down below, and we will catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and gave you some new ideas on what to use with your kids, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.